Psychic mediums. Yes, this is yet another psychic medium debunking video that we're going to get into today. Hello everyone, my name is Florio. Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. And this week we are going to just take a look at some random psychic videos. This week I actually had a big thing planned for you all, but then I did a bit of digging and I'm looking into those psychic medium studies and those stupid meta studies and stuff. And there's a lot more than I realized in there, and I kind of found out some very weird, shady stuff. So I need another week to work on that video. So I decided what I'm going to do for this week's video is we'll just take a look at some more psychic readings. And what I do in these videos, for those of you who didn't catch any of them or those that are new to the channel, we take a look at some random psychic readings and I just sort of explain to you what's going on. Like I've explained in my other videos on the channel too. I was raised in this industry and everything, and raised to, do psychic work and all that. So I recognize a lot of the stuff going on. Okay. To learn more about that, I'll link my video about that somewhere here. I'm not going to get into a big spiel here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up a few names of psychics. I've got like an ongoing list of to-do things. I'll take a look, see what we have in the list, grab a couple psychics, see if we can take a look at some of their readings or analyze some of their stuff. And I did this in a previous video, which I'll also link as well. And just so y'all know, if I don't know anything about said person, I might say, oh, I don't know anything about them. But I have done a bit of cursory look into them, right? And a lot of people I do have stuff on, like Teresa Caputo. I know people don't like when I say that she's fake, but she is. So we'll probably do like another clip of her. I actually have a bunch of stuff on her and I need to do a big deep dive video on her. So that'll be coming up too. But yeah, let's take a look, see what psychics we have. There's an interesting name Susan brought up last night. I'm going to take a look and see if there's anything kind of funky or something that we can get into with that lady. If anything, just maybe I'll do like a little segment where we talk about her a little bit. Okay, let's hop into looking at some psychics. All right, you guys, I'm just going to interrupt here. I've been having one hell of a time with this file because it's quite large. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to split this into two videos because I'm just having issues with uploading and rendering, and I keep running into problems with the file. So it's already Saturday and the file should be uploaded and we should be in the premiere right now. But of course it messed up overnight. So what I'm going to do is today's video, let's take a look at the faith healer Jeanette. All right. And then I'll do a part 2 where I want to get into some of the TV psychics and things like that you guys have asked me to take a look at, and I did do some analysis on as well. So I'm going to split this into two videos. So it's going to seem like my intro and outro are a little bit off. It's just because we're going to separate this out together. To start though, I just found this person. So last night, Susan Gerbic, she posted on Facebook saying that this person here, Jeanette Wilson, she's an energy healer, psychic. So she apparently keeps complaining to Wikipedia and stuff because people are editing the article about her to include truthful information, which doesn't look good for her. And she keeps trying to change it and put her narrative of what she is and who she is and what she does and everything. And they're like, okay, but that's not proven. You're making up, she's trying to say oh, I cured so-and-so, but no, you didn't, right? So it's just that's just an example. I don't know if she exactly said it, but so anyway, I found the story interesting and I was like, who is this person? So then I started Googling her last night and I was like, wow, this lady's a piece of work. So I thought maybe we could throw her in today's video. If anything, I don't know if I'll watch a reading because I think she has her healing videos on here, but let's just react to how ridiculous this is. Let's take a look at this together. Okay. And yes, you might see some names up top here, but a lot of these people you guys have asked me to cover, and I'll be honest, you've asked me to cover them, but they're on TV shows, and covering TV shows is super annoying to do because of the copyright stuff. So we'll see what I can find. We'll see what I can do to edit it. But if it doesn't make it at the end of the video, then it was just too much of a pain in the butt. And I just I have my limit of how much much back and forth I'll do on this stuff, right? Okay, so essentially, I mean, let's just take a look at her website. I'll take a look at this. She's got 2 websites, a UK tour, an official website. She's from New Zealand, I believe it is. So this is Jeanette Wilson. Yeah, she does development workshops, okay, one-on-one coaching sessions, UK events are on a different website. She does healing. Oh my God, okay. So yeah, she does all these healing sessions with people. She's pretty much like a psychic mixed in with like one of those what are the televangelist like preachers and faith healers and crap. So, and she does training. Of course, all these psychics, they all do training now. Look, doesn't this look culty? This looks really culty. And whenever these psychics have training sessions, oh, they're not even wearing their shoes. This is a little weird. This is culty. Whenever they like do these training sessions, they indoctrinate more people into their like circle or whatever. And if they start offering, what's it called? The word escaped me. Fiber fog. But when they start offering this one thing, then it's like, oh God, it's starting to go down that path. So let's take a look. So soul purpose weekend workshop, find my soul purpose. This is just all these poor people. Like she's just taking advantage of them, you know? Oh, theta. Isn't that like a Scientology thing? Is it? Or am I misremembering? Oh yeah. She's a medium. She's got her books, donations, EMF protection. Oh Lord. What? Wait. What does she say is an EMF protection? Hold on. Let's look. She thinks $200? This won't protect you from EMF. Like a necklace isn't going to protect you. The only thing that blocks EMF is literally sitting inside a Faraday cage. You can't block EMF with cell phone protection. Like it doesn't work like this. No, this is all snake oil. This is just snake oil BS. And like, that is not protecting you from EMF. Come on. Like the necklaces, they say they're silver, but they have like a cloth or like a fake leather band or whatever. So $200 a pop. It looks tiny. It's not even worth the silver. Like it's not. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. Okay, does she have any events coming up? Oh, right. This is her thing. Show and workshop. Okay. Let's take a look. Healing demonstration, 2-day workshop, 2-hour workshops. She's traveling, huh? Okay. August 31st. This is her. So she's in like New Zealand. So she's starting May 9th. Is she just staying there for like a few months? Yeah, it looks like she's staying there for a few months. Interesting. Okay. She's got books. Oh, now what is this? Come on. Literally, what is this? What is this? Isn't it like illegal to sell? Wait, isn't it like illegal to sell like pills without labeling them? Isn't this like illegal? Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into it a little bit. Maybe when I go to edit, I'll find it. Okay, the research team helped me out look this stuff up while I was working on editing. She does sell worldwide. This is someone in Canada that I know that's on the research team, and I'm from Canada. So I'm just gonna read you out what they found. So the supplements are sold on her website. So technically it's worldwide. So any country's laws apply. For example, within Canada, selling supplements online or in person without proper labeling and online listings is illegal under the Food and Drug Act and Natural Health Product regulations. The FDA and its regulations and the NHP regulations outline specific requirements for labeling, ingredient disclosure, and online product listings which must be followed to avoid penalties. In New Zealand, which is where this lady's from, selling dietary supplements that lack proper labeling or online listing is illegal. The Dietary Supplements Regulation 1985 Act requires that all dietary supplements be properly labeled with specific information, and the Ministry for Primary Industries, the MPI, enforces these regulations. Furthermore, if a product is classified as a medicine, it must also comply with the Medicines Act 1981. I don't think this would be, it's just a herbal thing. So, and in the UK, which seems to be her main market, as you'll see when we go through all this stuff, selling food supplements, both online and in person, requires adhering to specific labeling and listing requirements. These regulations are designed to ensure that consumers are provided with accurate and complete information about the product. Selling improperly labeled supplements can lead to fines and legal actions. So illegal. Also, just shout out to the research team. I forgot to shout them out on the call-in video. I asked them if they want their names out there or not out there, because I don't know like what type of people might get mad, and I don't want to like put them at risk. They said they didn't care either way. Unless they want to comment below, it's fine. Like if they call out their names, I just worry about like some of the people that follow Colin. I was just worried that if they started like doxing the research team. But yeah, their viewers are kind of on the research team helping out. So shout out to them. Yay. This can't be legal. You're just selling, like, I can't even read it. It's a dietary supplement that you are providing no information on. Pinhole glass. Look, she wrote something for this, but not for the pills. Wow. Okay, so she's saying that you can heal your eyesight. Oh, Lord. These snake oil salesman people, like, I can't believe the crap they get away with, man. This is crazy. Yeah, this is crazy. This is nutty. Healing meditations, working with angels, always. Oh, the mediums and psychics, like, they always talk about, like, church-related stuff, like angels and God and stuff, but then they incorporate New Age spiritualism and other religions together, like, but they always got to throw that God thing in there because that's a big market. Always so shady when they do that. All right, Karen needs healing for her knee.
Karen, and you happen to be filmed?
Yes.
Yes, brilliant. Cool. Now, how long has that knee been a problem for?
A couple of weeks.
Oh, that's all. Okay, so that won't take long to...
Okay, she's like heating up her hands. Like it's a freaking lawnmower or something. She's getting her hands started because this is how she heals people. The Wikipedia literally says she flies her hands around and people get healed. Like, it's so stupid.
To fix, that'd be why he said easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So the surgeon that works with me is called Dr. Augusto de Almeida. He's been in spirit world 200 years. He used to be a surgeon. And if you can imagine surgery 200 years ago, that was a sore and not much anaesthesia and not much cleanliness, a lot of gangrene. Yeah, so in spirit world he decided he wanted to really help people, and he decided that the best way to do that was to stay in spirit world and learn how we could heal things physically. And so through me he works using light and...
She's saying that a doctor who died 200 years ago, she channels a doctor. Hold on, what did she say his name was?
So the surgeon that works with me is called Dr. Augusto de Almeida.
Dr. Augustadel? She mumbles it so fast I can't make it out. I'll see if I can find it. Look, let's take a look at her Wikipedia, if I can find the name of this doctor. All right. New Zealand medium and spiritual healer, says she can heal people with the assistance of spirits. Been criticized for promoting the New World Order theories. Oh, anti-vaxxer. Awesome. Unproven supplements. Yeah, this is what I'm wondering. What is she selling people? Anti-5G. Yeah, that's those stupid things that she's selling that are just, they're nothing for $200. She worked as a bank manager in the UK until she started working as self-professed psychic healer. Yeah, psychic healer might pay better. I don't know. Following the death of her grandfather. Okay. Including at least one deceased surgeon. All right, hold on. Let's see. What is this? Whoops. Ooh, nice. Okay. New Zealand psychic under fire in the UK over health claims. Yeah. When you travel to other countries and you start making claims like this, I do believe the UK has pretty stringent laws about this stuff. I think some other people were busted for these things, like some other psychics as well. New Zealand psychic doctors under fire as claims that ghost doctors can heal pain from conditions such as arthritis. It just sounds so stupid. Oh my gosh. Her claims have raised fears. She's providing false hope to sick people. Yeah, she is. Yeah. And she'll also make them like not go to a real doctor anymore. That happens with these woo-woo people. And I know because my family was seeing a woo-woo doctor and they ended up not in good shape when they started to age. And they still defend him to this day. And I'm just like... Yeah, no. All right. So one show she told the audience that a dead surgeon, there it is, Dr. Augusto de Almeida was working with her to heal people. Oh, let's see. This guy is real? Okay. Oh, yeah. Give me the English. He's from Lisbon. How far away is Lisbon from New Zealand? Sorry, I'm being like ridiculous right now. Why am I Portugal? Okay, I was like, this is in Europe, right? Like, okay. Inspector General of Hygiene. That's an interesting position. Founder of the first maternity hospital. Oh God, I have thoughts on that. Okay, president of the medical sciences, professor, faculty of medicine. You know, this guy actually seems all right. I don't think that he would appreciate some fake medium using his name. I wonder, like, if this is true or if she's written any of this crap. I'm curious, actually. I'm going to send this to Susan and see if she can see if this person, if the psychic has like put any of these records in. Influential Republican activist, member of the Lisbon, appointed, okay. Surgeon at civil hospitals, full member of the medical science, honorary member. He actually seems like an all right guy, to be honest. I mean, there doesn't seem to be anything bad about him. Okay, so here's Susan's post. It says, she was saying psychic healer or whatever she claims to be is still pissed even after all these years that there's a well-written Wikipedia article about her. All she has to do to get content that reflects well on her is prove that she has these powers that she says she has and charges money for. And then Susan's like, I'll wait, ... She's like, if you look into the archives on the talk tab, you can see she tried this before. This time she sounds more professional. Before she sounded like she was losing her nut. Oh, that's funny. Oh, Kenny Biddle, she isn't keen on you, dude, I'm sure. Oh, yeah. Anyway, she's like, people are after me. I have video proof. It's like, lady, come on. Then Susan says, I don't know what she's so worried about. In the last 90 days, she's received 14 views a day. That's it. So I'm like, that's kind of cute. All right, so that's the doctor that she says works through her. This lady, we should do a video on her. Honestly, this stuff is kind of silly. Sorry, I just read accused essay and debunked faith healer. This guy, I don't know how to say his name, has been described as Wilson's mentor. Oh gosh, what does this article say? Oh, we didn't finish reading this one. She's saying vaccines, of course. Oh, are linked to Alzheimer's and 5G is a weapon. Yeah, okay. I don't know if this is going to load. I wanted to read this one because the title of the article says Psychics, Jeanette Wilson, it's entering the wellness industry. Psychics like her entering the wellness industry and it's dangerous. That would be a good article to look at as well. Yeah, she's definitely, oh, she tried to do a political career. Wow. She was going to run for parliament against the prime minister. She said she announced this and then 22 hours later she changed her mind. This is so stupid. What is, sorry, I know we paused this for a minute, but just like, wow. Yeah. All right. Let's watch some more of this.
In his for 200 years, he used to be a surgeon. And if you can imagine surgery 200 years ago, that was a sore and not much anesthesia and not much cleanliness, a lot of gangrene.
Also, for those new to the channel, just a reminder, this is a sitter, the client of a medium, psychic, whatever the hell she is. So this is sitter. So the people that are coming to see her already have a belief in her, right? Because they've paid her. So she knows that. So she's going to take advantage of that. Even if this person didn't pay to see her, if they just ran into her at like some convention or whatever, she's wearing a gemstone right here. And I think it's black tourmaline. So like that also is a sign too that she's a believer in spiritual stuff. These are all like little things. Her doing this hand thing, because I'm trying to explain to you guys more about like the body language and little minute things when I remember to see them. Her doing this hand thing is performative.
Jazz hands.
This is just so she's selling a show, right? Even this lady's watching her hands and stuff. Like this is all like magician performative crap that she's using to sell herself.
Yeah, so in Spirit World he decided he wanted to really help people, and he decided that the best way to do that was to stay in Spirit World and learn how we could heal things physically. And so through me he works using light and sound technology, and through John of God in Brazil he will use a scalpel. He'll actually take.
So he works through her using light and sound technology because ghosts have technology.
Take over John of God's complete body. John of God's soul goes out. With me, I stay in my body. Nobody's staying in here without me.
Okay, so I think what she's saying is that the ghost uses a scalpel. This is so stupid. He uses a scalpel in the spirit realm, but he enters her body to use a spirit scalpel. This is so dumb. What the fuck?
Being in here too. I could do anything, couldn't I? I could find myself in bed with a woman. Who knows? You know, so I stay here. I stay here. Right, just extend that and see how that's feeling, Karen.
Slightly better.
Yeah, just try walking on it. Let's just see how it is.
Oh my God, she's not even that great of a faith healer. She didn't even touch her. She didn't even do the Reiki, like slightly touch her. She just flips her hands around nearby her. Is that the healing? That is not impressive. I thought she was going to do a little bit more of a show here.
Walk on it.
Yeah, quite a bit better, actually.
Yeah.
So things like this, it's a placebo effect, and it happens too with faith healers, televangelists, crap, all this, you know. They'll feel better a bit in the moment, and some of them also get like adrenaline rushes, especially with the faith healers that put on the big show. But like when they go home, when they leave, like everything comes back again. This lady here, she said that she just tweaked her knee, so her knee's going to heal over time anyway, but it will hurt again later. This is a temporary thing. It's just psychological, you know.
It's a bit amazing.
It is a bit amazing, just a bit. Right, okay. So one of the questions you're going to ask is, how does he do this? And he never tries to fix. There's no ego involved. If he tried to fix, that would be ego. He just brings...
Okay, so there's like a lot of spiritualist talk right there. This whole ego thing, your shadow self, your spirit self, whatever, blah, they have all these different terms, and a lot of them relate back in a similar thinking of the Freud stuff. So just like keep an eye out for terms like that. And they try to use this to explain like away things or explain it's yeah, they all use it differently. So just be aware that is a term that is used in spiritualist circles. I've seen it mainly used by people that are selling snake oil answers. Yeah.
Awareness into Karen's space. Karen's subconscious, if you like, feels this amazing energy, and you may feel it in the room as well. The energy in the room is nice and light now. It wasn't that before, we haven't had to cleanse the room or anything like that. But there's a real nice energy, a nice vibration in here. Your body says, oh, I'll have some of that. And your body draws in what it needs, and as it draws, your body says, oh, I'll have some of that. And your body draws in what it needs, and as it draws in what it needs, it's prepared to let go of other stuff. Now just try extending it again.
So she like looked down a little bit there as she was describing the room. Like this woman was having like you could see it on her face. She's having a reaction, like a psychological reaction to that, and she's noticing this too.
Feels this amazing energy, and you may feel it in the room as well. The energy in the room is nice and light now.
See, she's closing her eyes. She's closing her eyes. She took a deep breath. That will actually calm yourself. That does it to us. It'll make us feel more calm. So she just did that, probably subconsciously, not realizing it. And she's going to feel like the energy in the room is like lighter now because she just did that. Close your eye, take a deep breath. That's like actually a technique to like slow down the nervous system.
Nothing like that. But there's a real nice energy, a nice vibration in here. Your body says, oh, I'll have some of that. And your body draws in what
She
it
just
needs.
nodded a little bit.
What it needs. It's prepared to let go of other stuff. Now just try extending it again.
A lot better.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, and walk on it
Thanks.
again.
It doesn't feel as stiff or
No.
it's painful. Quite honest.
Isn't that good?
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised.
Now, one of the things that's been said on Facebook is that purple powder that we give you as you come in has got painkiller in it.
Oh my God, she's giving people random purple powder when they come in too. Like there's a lot of placebo stuff going on here. Wow. That was all psychological. This is all placebo. This stuff doesn't last. People leave and, you know, they feel the same as they did coming in. But I am surprised that they're actually giving them like unmarked powder and like what are they selling? This supplements? Like this is really dangerous. They should not be doing this.
No, it hasn't. It's rice. All it is a micronized purple rice. What it does is it increases your vibration in your cells. That's what it does. It gives you energy to your cells and it makes the healing work better.
It's purple rice. Okay. It's got antioxidants and fiber and iron. I mean, this is normal food. Studies show that it helps in anti-inflammatory, anti-carcinogenic, and anti-diabetic properties. Yeah, like if this is an anti-inflammatory food, then you could say, sure, it's got some painkillers in that. But the thing about anti-inflammatory food is if you eat food with it that causes inflammation, then it knocks out any benefits you get of this thing, right? So like selling supplements for anti-inflammatory, if you then introduce stuff that causes inflammation, then the supplements and all this crap don't matter. Also, supplements and things like this, they don't just work immediately. Food related things with anti-inflammatory, because I have fibromyalgia and I like look into this stuff because we have inflammation. And this stuff, it's an ongoing diet that you have to maintain, and it's not an instant like pain relief or anything like that. It doesn't work like that. You want instant pain relief, you're going to need medication like, Tylenol, Advil, or prescription stuff, Okay, let's watch the rest of this little thing.
So if you take the purple rice, it will take me maybe just 3 or 4 minutes to fix something that would otherwise take 20. Because we're doing a show, it makes sense. It also introduces you to that product. That product, I've been on for 2.5 years. I will be on it till the day I die.
Okay, so first of all, she's just trying to sell a product. And this whole thing, you're like, oh, if you take that product, like what you did when you came in here, I can fix something in 2 or 3 minutes. And if you didn't, it would take me hours. Like, this is all just nonsense. I wonder if she tries to get people to also sell her product, like customers of the product sell her product, like an MLM. I wonder if there's an MLM in this. That would be very interesting if there was.
I've never come across anything like it. It's not a supplement. It's just rice, but it's been micronized. So every spoonful is like you've eaten a pound of really good rice. And the important thing is how it gives your cells energy. So if your head's already feeling clearer than it was earlier, if you feel like you've got more energy than you did as you finished work today, that's the rice doing what it does. Right, he says you're fixed. Yeah. Does that feel good?
A lot better.
Okay, that's the biggest piece of BS I've seen in a long time. All right, Susan says that she doesn't see her doing any edits on the article. Like, it's in Portuguese, but she says she doesn't see anything. She's like, she really only cares about her own thing. I don't think that she cares about other articles. I'm like, no, but this is the doctor who like works through her. So if she's making shit up on his page, like that he wasn't even a doctor to begin with, or the page isn't real, it's just kind of like, I was just curious. Okay, back to her website. Oh man. Well, at least we haven't seen okay, she just gave me a link to look up all of Jeanette's edits to Wikipedia. So, okay, so that confirms it then. I'll take a look through them as well after this. I'm sure it'll be fine. Like, Susan's not seeing anything. Okay, and she has another account apparently that she does edits on. Okay. She's like, she should ask the doctor what her password is because I think she forgot the password of the other account. Okay, this one's a little bit different because we're not looking directly at a reading. We're looking at some of this faith healing crap, right? Oh God, this is the ad for her thing. Hazel has MS. Oh no. Man, this stuff is not... Does she have any readings up? Okay, now she's doing one of these never walk again. This is totally a faith healer BS. Okay, so it's a lot of healing stuff. Oh, here we go. Here's a reading, it looks like. See, it's a lot easier to pretend to be a faith healer than to maintain the mediumship thing. Like, the mediumship thing actually requires a little bit of effort. It's a lot easier to be a faith healer. So stupid. The future is purple. Oh my God. The UK launch. Why is she selling herself and her products in the UK when she lives in New Zealand? There must be some kind of medical reason for this. Like, or not medical, like a legal reason. You know what I mean? Like, she's traveling in the UK a lot. Why doesn't anyone in New Zealand want her help? Or, what is her thing with the UK here? It's a little weird, right? Like, I think that's a little strange. I'm pretty sure I just found why she is peddling all of her grift and fraudulent stuff over in the UK, because it's not allowed in New Zealand. There's laws against being a psychic, a medium, and deceiving people for financial gain. Interesting. Even spiritualistic medium, telepathy, clairvoyance, anything. That's interesting. It says this law does not apply to performances solely for entertainment. So you would probably have to make it really clear. It sounds like they actually have a law where most countries don't, which means that she'd have to like have it really clear on the signs that this is for entertainment purposes only. And she's trying to sell herself as a real faith healer. So she's going to put stuff like that in the fine print or not at all. So yeah, I think that's why she's not peddling her stuff in New Zealand. All right, let's take a look at a couple of these videos and then we will move on to another psychic. But I'm fascinated by how ridiculous this is, and maybe we'll do like a whole episode, like a whole video essay documentary thing on this lady. Okay, so this is the lady with MS, and we'll see with the spirit doctor.
When did MS get diagnosed?
21 years ago.
Right. But before then, how long do you think you had it before it got diagnosed?
I think I had it since I was 8.
Right, okay. Right, so let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do, all right? Right, okay, cool. Now, I have had really good results with MS. God bless. God bless.
Was she looking at spirits or was she looking at someone else?
All right, there's going to be 3 different surgeons working on Hazel, okay? And they were just sorting out which order first. Now, as they transition into my body, you won't usually see anything. Sometimes I don't even know. Sometimes I don't know who it is that's working through me, but I feel the beauty of the energy. All right, and so what I'm going to encourage you guys to do is just sit with your arms and legs uncrossed, sit with your palms facing upwards, and just intending the highest possible healing for Hazel. All right, we are all instruments for the divine. If we can clear our minds of our stuff, our petty stuff, because usually it is petty, and focus on what somebody else needs.
When you watch this stuff, watch the sitter. Okay, so like she opened her hands. Okay, so I know MS because I technically have MS and I have friends with MS. MS usually hits one side of your body the worst. You can see her lip is drooping and see her hand is stuck. She can't fully open it. That is MS right there. The way she's leaning into it, that her MS is hitting her right side. My MS is on my left side. I've lost 10% of my vision from it. MS damage is permanent. You can't heal it unless you do like stem cell replacement therapy and all this crap. It's a lot, and it's not a permanent fix. It just adds years back. So she has her hands open. All right,
Instruments for the divine. If we can clear our minds of our stuff, our petty stuff, because usually it is petty.
okay, so the petty stuff, watch the sitter's face.
Clear our minds of our stuff, our petty stuff, because usually it is petty.
And she smiled. So when she said the petty thing, she looked up at her, like behind her a little bit, like she's looking up at her, right? And she smiled a bit. So like there was something that the sitter was thinking of or remembering right there in that moment. And that's going to also play a psychological role in what's going on here.
Somebody else needs, we become excellent instruments for divine healing energy. Okay. Now, the issue is almost entirely in the head. And I don't mean it's in the thoughts, I mean it's in the brain.
Okay, this is what we're doing here. I can't tell right there with that. She did a little bit of a look there and it looked like a, what the fuck? And then she's like, okay, I'm going to try to get into it. Like it was a little, it's these micro expressions. Let me see if I can show you. Right there, right there. She rolled her eyes right there. But then she looked up, so like she's trying to get into it, but I think she's like a little bit, I think for a moment there she was like, what's going on?
What the sound does is it makes matter, cells, vibrate, and as the cells vibrate, they give up what they've been holding on to.
The brown noise.
We're trying to find the brown noise. It's this one pitch, this certain frequency that makes people lose bowel control. What's lose bowel control? That's a scientific term for crapping your pants.
Now
Now, Hazel, if I said
Also, she has MS. MS causes like a lot of muscle twitches and stuff. Her hand just twitched from the MS. Let's see if I can show you.
now, Hazel, if
There,
I said
right there.
to you didn't really
That was the involuntary twitches from the MS.
enjoy childhood, does that make sense?
It was okay.
It was okay.
Okay, so she's asking her questions as she goes. Okay, I just realized when editing it, she was asking her, did you not enjoy your childhood? Like she's trying to dredge up traumatic memories and things like that to elicit like an emotional response. So the body will push chemicals through it and thus giving her like adrenaline or different things like that. Like she's definitely playing the psychology card here.
Now, as the sound goes through you, what can you feel?
You're banging. Banging?
A banging. There's a banging. Now, one of the things that's happened for me this tour,
She has a lot of muscle twitching from the MS right there, involuntary. I can see in her face too. She's trying to like get into it. She's going to have a bit of a psychological, like, benefit from this, which the psychological part is temporary, but we'll take a look at her body as well.
a man, well, it's a bit like Harry Potter, who shall be nameless, who really has tried to stop my event. So he's written to every venue, he's written to trading standards.
Okay, you're in the middle of faith healing somebody, and now you're going to go on a rant about you and someone trying to stop your events while you're healing somebody. Like, shouldn't you be concentrating on your patient? But at the very least, concentrate on the sitter while they're there with you. Like, this seems really weird to go on a rant about this right now. What the What is this lady? My God. This lady's a piece of work.
He's written to advertising standards, and I haven't got any complaints against me, not from a single person, and advertising standards and trading standards have both said I'm not doing anything wrong. But this man's tried to stop me simply because he doesn't believe that this can be for real. I know it looks far-fetched. If I was seeing somebody like me doing this, I'd think, myself. One of the things that advertising standards say to me is, well, where is the proof that this
Lady, you're in the middle of healing someone. Why are you ranting about this?
works? And I say, well, go look at 1,000 videos. And they say, well, that's not good enough proof. What we need is...
It's not proof, because this is time and time again been proven by other faith healers that this stuff doesn't last. As soon as they get home, everything comes back again.
peer-reviewed science. So we need the person's medical conditions before they see you. Your work then needs to be supervised by a doctor.
Yeah, this is all standard stuff. And considering that also you don't know who's in the audience, and there could be a plant, someone who pretends they can't walk or something like that, and then she heals them and then they walk again. That's very common with faith healers, and this is very common with this kind of grift. So of course, yes, that is necessary if you want to prove that you can really do this.
And then we need to see the results. And we need to see that across a variety of different conditions. I could spend my whole lifetime collecting that data, and in the meantime, not helping a fraction of people I could help.
Okay. This lady is like rolling her eyes a bunch. I don't know. This sitter does not look very impressed with what's happening here right now. Why are you going on a rant right now?
So when I advertise these events, I have to say they're experiments in psychic surgery. We don't know if it works or not. It's not a recognised modality. But in my lifetime, hopefully it will become.
The way that she like flings her arms around and stuff a lot, she's going to end up hurting herself.
A recognised modality. Now the reason the science doesn't exist is very, very simple. Most of your science gets done at the universities, and your universities get grants and funding from pharmaceutical drug companies.
Oh, she said pharmaceutical drug company. Interesting, because that's kind of recent that's been happening. And that's something I'm going to talk about in my video next week. Ooh, she might be clued in on some of this. This is interesting. Okay. Also, this lady looks super bored. Like, what is happening right now? She's thinking.
and your universities get grants and funding from pharmaceutical drug companies. Is a pharmaceutical drug company going to want to invest its dollars in seeing if the work I do?
Yes, there is one. And I'm going to be talking about it next week. And if this lady, I wonder if she's applied to grants with them. Oh, frick. Their website is so buggy and it's so annoying trying to go through it and get through all the grants and everything. I wonder if she's applied to any of them. But there's a huge pharmaceutical company that's putting in a ton of money into this crap, into the psychic healing and mediumship and all the other parapsychology crap. It's insane. It is out there.
Works. No. Now let's imagine a university did do a study on me, because there's ample evidence now. I've got contact details of all the people I've worked on, I've got videos. If they were to do a study, how likely would it be that it would have a favourable peer review by doctors? Or would it be scathing?
Okay, she's going on here. Let me just go back a little bit. Take a look at her. She's starting to twiddle her thumbs, like her sitter's getting like
Peer review by doctors. Or would it be scathing?
Look at her thumbs.
So I'm sort of between a rock and a hard place.
Look at her eyes, her
And
face.
so from time to time, I will still meet some opposition about my work, and all I do is stand up and do a few more. Because I've worked now in front of 2,000 people in the UK, so I've got 2,000 people that know it's for real.
That's all you need.
Yeah. And word of mouth is getting around. So next year there'll be even bigger numbers. Next year what I'm going to be doing matinee performances and evening performances. You won't.
Well, at least she's calling them performances, because that's all this is a performance. This isn't real. And the biggest thing, like my biggest concern too, is that she's selling supplements, and that can be dangerous. For one, who makes them? Who's safety checking them? Like what's going on with it? There could be stuff in it that can make people really sick. A lot of these untested, not safety checked supplements have blood thinner material in them, because a lot of herbs and a lot of filler that goes into this stuff, it actually thins your blood. So if someone has heart problems, is on blood thinners already, or different things like that, it will actually cause an issue, and people can get really sick from these things. Because I don't see no labels or anything that she has on her website. It's trash.
Find the audience any bigger than it here tonight. It's not about making money, it's about getting people well. I need a certain number of people in the room to get the energy right. I need at least 20 in the room. 20 to 40 is absolutely ideal. Now, what can you feel happening, Hazel?
I'm feeling quite light.
Feeling nice and light, that's good.
Look at her face when she's doing this.
So all healing comes.
Hold on, that sitter, she's smiling now. I think that she's almost laughing at this. This is...
So all healing comes.
The look on this lady's face, there's no way that she's actually taking this seriously, this lady. I don't know, man. She's doing a lot of cues on her face that either this lady's like a plant or something, or like she's just like, I'm just gonna humor this because this is weird. Because the looks on her face is just saying a lot here.
From God. If you're wondering why I say that so often, is if I don't say it on a certain number of videos, people then get upset that I'm not giving credit where credit is due. But if I said it every single viewing, you'd get sick of me saying it. Right. Now they've got your head sorted, they tell me. Whatever that means. All right, so now this is residual energy. That needs to come away. So you can sort of see what I'm doing. It doesn't...
She's digging a hole to China. Invisible, though. This is so stupid.
I've asked many times, can I just lay on my hands? And no, apparently I can't. Very occasionally it'll work like that. Usually you get to
Yeah, like, so she's not just laying her hands on the person and saying that they're healed, because there's a performative aspect to this, right? For faith healing to get the placebo psychological result that people get, the temporary stuff, you need to do a performative thing. So a lot of the preachers and things, they'll do a whole like spiel, and they'll be like singing or, doing some sermon or something, yelling at the devil and blah, blah, blah. And then when they put their hand on, that's the like final moment, and that psychological like thing triggers in the head, right? This lady, she doesn't have a huge stage presence. I mean, look at her. She just went on a rant about her own problems the whole time. So she's using her body as performative to sell the placebo effect to this person. So
see what I'm doing in the energy field, because my hands and the rest of my body are making it obvious. How are your hands feeling?
Well, that's my mum's side.
She can't do that, you're telling me. She can now.
You know what I think what you were picking up about the childhood was
Yes,
Hazel's dad passed away when she was 12 years old.
that will do it.
That might be doing it.
That will do it. That would make you close down energetically a little bit, yeah? So normally you can't move this right side.
see, there's a lot of placebo. There's a lot of placebo stuff that goes into this. And with MS and things like this, like, it happens a lot because we get given, especially fibro too. We're even given like a new drug or something. Oh, try this. It's supposed to be good for pain or whatever, right? And it happens to a lot of people, and you can see it. Even you can go to like the fibromyalgia forums and stuff and take a look at them online. And it happens with people with MS, and we're given something, and we will, because we want to believe, we want to find like help, because there really isn't any help. So then we'll think that it is working, and we'll have like a month or something where things feel great and they seem like they're working. And then just eventually our body's like, yeah, no, the placebo effect does not last forever. And then it just stops working. So, that's what all this faith healing crap is. It's placebo effect stuff. So.
Hey, that's all right then, isn't it?
Okay, sorry. Hold on. Her hand is cramping back up again. You can see it.
Doctor in the audience tonight that has witnessed.
Yeah, her finger started cramping back up again. That's the MS cramp right there. It started back up again immediately.
That would make you close down energetically a little bit, yeah?
See, her finger's starting to cramp back
so
up
normally
again.
You can't move this right side. Hey, that's all right then, isn't it? And as luck would have it, we do have a doctor.
Yeah, like she just had the hand and that finger out like straight, and now it's cramping back up again. You can't stop this stuff. A lot of it's involuntary,
Doctor in the audience tonight that has witnessed this, so that's great.
Also, I'm seeing that she's about to cry, and her husband or whoever's with her was talking about her dad dying when she was 12, and you have this stuff happening too around you, and it causes like an emotional reaction. Even you'll get like that. Like, I've gone for massage therapy, and it happens a lot with massage therapy where they're just like massaging you and they're working through like your stress knots and stuff, and then you'll just start crying about things. But my massage therapist was like, she's like, yeah, we're also a therapist too. People end up crying on the table a lot. And it happens. It does happen. Like, you get emotionally charged by these, just being in the situation.
Now, you see how they're moving the energy out just down that left side of me? I learned very early on to wear trousers and a well-fitting bra. I'm not kidding. Now, I'm pretty convinced that the purple powder crossed my path because I'm one of the few people on the planet that would understand its significance. It is only a food. It's a food. I take 2 teaspoonfuls a day.
Now she's upselling her product again. I'm also realizing that she is a huge pick-me. Everything is about her, and she's the special one in the room and in the world. Wow, this lady is just... She can't even get through a healing session without ranting about herself and trying to push her product.
And I did have a lady once, only once, she returned it to me. She'd taken it for a month and she couldn't heal like I did. I don't say.
Her hand is still cramped up. She's not healed. She's going to get a placebo effect from this. She's going to get an adrenaline rush from her emotions. Like, I think she is going to start crying. I can see it in her face. Him mentioning her father passing, I think, triggered this as well. You know, she's going to get a rush of emotions, which will help push adrenaline through her body to help her move a little bit better in the moment.
Say, if you take the purple powder, you can heal like I do. What it's going to do is it's going to feed the mitochondria in your cells. The mitochondria are the power plants of your cells.
Okay, so now she's going to try to throw some science talk at people to make it sound like she knows what she's doing to sell her product. Also, I can't remember, I think I clocked this at some point, but she's talking about how this person returned the powder because she couldn't be a healer like she is. And I do think that she's indoctrinating people to become healers and stuff. And this seems very iffy it's on the scale of like, are we looking at a cult? Are we looking at someone who wants to start a cult? Like, this is getting a little weird. Even with their outfits and stuff you saw on the website. You did see some students on the website trying to heal people too. So I don't know, this is shady.
And your mitochondria turn the nutrition you take in into ATP, which is the energy your whole body needs for every function. So if you can imagine, if we can feed the mitochondria and they do their job better, things will change in your body, but we don't know what, so I can't make any claims for it. I'm really wanting to see how you are walking. Are you curious?
Yeah, my balance is a thing that I've got. I had an attack on my brain, which means I can't balance.
Yeah, but I think that might have been fixed. Shall we see? Come on, come and help her.
Wow. No, come to me.
So much better. That's so much
You're better. Stand up.
Okay. She's doing this jumpy rabbit, stupid performative crap because she's trying to sell it more. This is psychological here. She's doing a performance, and like people with MS, like you can have your moments where you can move for a minute, or you can like there are moments, and definitely the brain is powerful and adrenaline is powerful to give you these like pushes, right? That's why I chose this video, because I do know a lot about MS. So yeah. And then this lady's I don't know who this lady is, but this lady's getting her to breathe like in and out and in, like slowly, right? And that will calm your body, and that can also bring about like pain relief and different things like that, and concentration. Like there's a lot of psychological stuff happening here. Stupid, like she's like a freaking rabbit. Like this is so dumb. And she was saying that she trains people on how to do this too. Like, oh my God.
Right, ready for a few more steps? Just sit down.
Yeah.
That's more
That's
forward
amazing.
her leg
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, she's starting to lose. This is not going to last. She's starting to lose it.
She can lift that foot
Yeah.
now. It was a drop foot before, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Keep going, come on.
Yeah, she's starting to lose it there. See, why people want you to prove it, Jeanette is her name, right? Is that like this stuff doesn't last. This is just like the mind can do miraculous things in a moment, but it's not going to be a lasting effect, right? Like that's why you have to do a study to prove that this is a lasting effect, because it's not, and you know that. And if those like if that purple powder crap worked too, you would have a full explanation like written on it, on how it works, and like it would be certified and tested by a lab and all that crap too. So
Wow.
Might be by myself. You just got to watch your balance.
That's it.
Don't lean forwards.
And you can bring it back to this chair and then oh, you'll be glad you came tonight.
yeah, like she's crying, there's emotions going, there's a lot of psychological stuff happening with all this.
And she just seems a lot stronger. So.
It's really weakness.
Because the other thing that hits people with MS is that depression happens. They don't know if depression is a morbidity, as in like all of people with MS have depression, because like they suspect that it actually is that way. Like, but some people like, well, they have depression because of the state of their body. And that is fair. That's a fair point. However, like there's studies have been done that show that people had depression as teenagers and stuff, like before they got their MS diagnosis. So it seems to be like hand in hand. So my point is, when you have depression, you have MS, and your body is starting to fail you and you have no control over this, same with fibromyalgia, or other diseases like anything like this, right? You get depressed, right? And then what ends up happening is like you stop trying as hard, you know? And so like this is part of it. This is the psychological aspect of it, right? Is that you stop trying as hard. And then if you're going to a faith healer, it's like, did he get her to come, or did she decide to come? Because there's a bit of like, I need to do this for my husband, or I decided that this is going to work for me. So I'm going to get in the mindset that this is going to work for me. And she's going to get some improvement because she's trying really hard. But with MS and things like that, you can try really hard and get a little bit of walking in for like a session of PT, physical therapy, but then you go home and you're going to be exhausted and stuff, especially because you don't use the muscles very often. But then the next day, like you're not going to be better. Like this is just a moment that is fueled by psychology and the chemicals currently going off between her crying and the whole like performative aspect of what just happened there too. I suspect, I don't know. I'm curious. I'm saying Spidey sense says that he encouraged her to come here, because she looked just like annoyed through half of that healing thing. So I'm going to say he encouraged her to come. Also, when she hugged her, she was like, see, aren't you glad you came tonight? That's why I think that maybe he encouraged her to come. And so she's going to try harder too for him.
Oh. Just feels lighter. That's what it feels.
It's a privilege, isn't it, to witness something like this? And sometimes, occasionally, I'll get criticised for not doing enough one-to-one stuff, but if I did, you wouldn't see this.
She said she gets criticized for not doing one-to-ones, but did she not just say that she needed a certain number of people in the room to make this work? She's contradicting herself. I should have turned on captions for you guys. I don't think about it because she's talking kind of low and this is like as high as it goes. I'm going to try to boost the audio and fix the audio when I edit this. So fingers crossed I'm able to figure it out.
Honestly, that leg was dead.
Stronger in there.
Her hands cramped back up again here. This is a lot of like, she's just trying really hard to make this work and believes that this is working. I mean, this poor lady, it's going to come back. They asked her to wiggle her toe. She was having trouble moving her toes. And then as soon as she started doing the E thing again, now she can move her toe. She can bend it. That E thing, it's a performative, so it encourages the mind to do what she's trying to do. It's, yeah. When you introduce odd sounds and sensations, just like, if you tapped on your collarbone or your wrist, it does something to disrupt your brain. And it does actually add to whatever's happening on a psychological level here. It's like if you're having an anxiety attack and you like tap on your collarbone, it like makes your brain calm down for a second. It makes your brain stop and go like, okay, wait, what are we doing? So like it can cause you to concentrate on she's doing some stuff with noises here. The noises are definitely affecting this. Again, this is all going to be psychological.
Now the healing will continue to work. So having had the surgeons open up the healing channels, then everything, your body, your cells start communicating with each other, hopefully getting better and better. Over the course of 21 days, usually you'll get the full benefit.
Okay, so 21 days, and you have to buy those supplements probably to make it work. So yeah, you're going to get some placebo out of that. Like I can tell you based on the amount of medications and stuff I've tried for my stuff, and also talking to other people with fibro and MS who have tried medications, about 60 days is kind of the moment where it's like, this isn't working. Like the first 30 days, you're like, oh yeah, this is great. This is working. And then like your second month in, you're like, oh no, it's actually not working. This was all placebo. And it happens a lot with people in our positions, because like we're just so desperate for our body to like be normal again that like our brain makes it happen, but it can only do it for a short time. It can't maintain it forever, right? So if she comes back to see this lady in a month, she might be able to maintain it for a little while if she keeps coming back to see this faith healer and keeps taking these stupid supplements, right? But then it's like, how much money are you like dragging out of people, Yeah. Sorry, I know we're spending a lot of time on this lady. I just find it fascinating. Okay, so this guy is in a wheelchair. I'm not gonna do this one. It's more just time, but I'm curious because this is 40 minutes. Oof. I'll do it on my own. I'll see if I have time to watch this. I'm curious if she goes on a rant about people picking on her for this guy as well. I'm curious how much ranting she does. She's got 8 minutes where it looks like she's doing a medium thing. So I just wanted to briefly do like a psychic medium moment because this video is supposed to be about that too. I just got a little bit sidetracked and fascinated with this person because she's, let's take a look at this medium thing and see what she's like.
Emotional. And relative to the other two links, it was equivalent to that first link that I did tonight. Yep. So I knew he was young when he passed over. Yep. I also felt he felt quite awkward in my body. It's like his feet, like he didn't like gangly, his body gangly. Yep. And there was also a feeling that he, in some way, was responsible for his passing. Now he's not showing me he's a. That's a very different.
So she's saying that these spirits are entering her body. Okay. It's really brief here. Let me see if I can back it up. She's doing a bit of shotgunning. She's throwing a bunch of stuff at this woman. She says that he feels responsible for his passing, and you could see it in her face that she was like shook her head like no really quick, right? So then she changes the subject slightly, which I'll have to like bleep out the one word. She's self-unaliving word, so.
Feeling that he, in some way, was responsible for his passing. Now he's not showing me his side. That's a very different.
You see her eyes briefly like shook no on that, right? And she's watching this stuff. This is what these mediums look for.
Thing. But it feels like in some way he's not spoken up about something. He's not got something addressed before it should have been addressed. So it feels like there was a medical condition affecting him. And he would
see like her big yes reaction. Like she just threw a couple things at her as to like how this person passed. Like she just shotgunned a few and she got like no hits. And then now she's finally got a hit. So now she's going to build upon that.
He was getting signs, but he didn't like to speak up about anything. And had he spoken up sooner, maybe something more could have been done.
A lot of mediumship work is people taking advantage of I forget this word a lot. It's my fibro fog makes me forget it. Okay, the word is stereotyping. Sorry. I always forget that word for some reason when I'm trying to say it. I don't know why. Okay, so what happens with like psychic mediums is they use stereotypes, right? Because stereotypes exist for a reason, because the majority of the time they're true, you know, and they're true for the majority of peoples for the majority of the time. So the stereotype here that is that men often don't go to the doctor, men often don't get something taken care of, men often are too embarrassed about something, so they often end up passing from something that could have been fixed because they don't go to the doctor. It's a stereotype, but it's true. So like mediums, they'll take advantage of these stereotypes. I'm gonna guess based on this and her taking advantage of the stereotype, getting a hit on the stereotype because she confirmed it, right? I'm gonna guess prostate cancer. That's what I'm gonna guess is the passing here, because that's the most common. Otherwise, it's the heart. Those are the two most common for men, and prostate cancer is embarrassing, so a lot of men don't get their prostate stuff checked because they get embarrassed about it and they get scared of it. So like that happens a lot. All right, let's see what she says.
But it feels like everything was left too late for him. I feel like there was an attempt at surgery made on his body, but not.
Okay, so you waited too long. That's prostate cancer. She pointed down. The medium is thinking prostate cancer right now. The look on her face, I don't know. I think there might be a different answer. Let's see.
Nothing could be done.
Yeah, she
okay. Surgery made on his body, but nothing could be done.
That was too late.
Okay. Yeah.
He had cancer diagnosed at 18.
Wow.
Died just before he was 21.
Yeah. And my feeling there was just ganglion, awkward.
Yeah, totally. It's mine. Yeah.
So 18, 21. So I guess she's talking about her son, I'm assuming. Ganglion, awkward. You see how tall this woman is here? That's like she's making an assumption based on this lady is quite tall. You can see it. See how tall she is. You saw how tall this one was. Jeanette is when she was doing the faith healing stuff on those people. She's not a very short lady. She's pretty average height. This lady is quite tall. You can see she's even slumped in the chair. My family's all tall. We do this a lot, especially the women, right? So like that is an assumption based on how this lady here looks. So,
but lots of feelings for you.
Lots of feelings.
Lots of feelings for you. Yeah. Now, was he big brother to you?
Yeah, he was one of my big brothers.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's her brother. Okay. Also be aware there's like a lot of cuts and editing going on here. And so we don't know what misses she's been doing through this as well. Because it seems like there's been an assumptions already made about like who this person is that she's talking about, and she's not trying to guess at it anymore. So I think there's some information she's pulled from this lady that they didn't include in the video here, and it probably looked a little obvious on her doing the cold reading.
Baby sister and the youngest.
Because it feels like he felt he was there to look after you, and in spirit world he still does. He wants you to know he's.
Yeah, like her saying brother and big brother, I do think there were some misses in there. Like there was some stuff that didn't make it into the cut. There was something in there because she's not trying hard enough to like figure out the relation. And that's always what the mediums do, right? And she was trying really hard to figure out what caused the death and stuff. But I think her attempting to figure out the relation, I think it didn't look good on the camera.
Still looks after you. He still looks after you. Now, was there something wrong with one of his front teeth? Was one of his front teeth over another one? Or there was an unusual gap in his front teeth? He's trying to show me.
No, it's Mum. Mum had a gap in her front teeth. But
first of all, she's seeing that she's having a negative. Also, again, this medium's making assumptions on physical appearance. So look at the gap in her teeth.
It's probably that he's trying to bring her through. Because as I look at you...
Yeah.
She's got a small gap in the teeth. Like she's trying to pull out some stuff to try to get some good hits, right? And we're also the misses are being edited out.
If we were to look at camera, mostly I look about here with people when I'm looking for spirits, and with you, I'm focusing on your teeth.
Oh, okay.
So they're trying to tell me it's the teeth. Teeth is significant. Yeah. Now.
like that didn't really get as big of a hit as she was hoping. I think she was hoping that there would be some sort of gap thing, because the lady had a small gap, like, but it was a bit of a gap. So she's trying to find something odd. This is what the mediums do. They try to find an odd thing to get a hit on, because then the sitter will leave that whole session saying, "Oh, it was so crazy. She knew this." You know, and it's like the most random thing that is like impossible to guess or wouldn't have been online or some crap like that. You always hear those stories, right? Because they do this. They're trying to get like a hit on something really strange. So then when you leave the session and you tell people about it, you'll talk about the weird hit that they got, you know, not just the what he died of, his name or whatever. It'll be like something weird, like, you know, something physical, something like an odd story or something. So she's trying to pull one out. You can tell in the look on her face too that she wasn't happy with the hit that she got there. It was very tiny and she was hoping for something else.
Rolling things over. So it feels like your brother passed before Mum passed, because it feels like one of the blessings for Mum when she went.
Well, of course the brother passed before the mom passed, because the brother was only 21. So like that's a pretty simple guess. Give me a second. There's a skunk outside my window. I gotta close the window, and ew. All summer long we end up dealing with like skunks constantly all night. If any of y'all have any tips to make them go away. Like I hate it because I like having my window open and stuff at night. But these stupid skunks, I swear.
Over was that Wayne was already there. Now,
also, I didn't notice this at the time, but in editing, I see that she already has his name, which is Wayne. So there is definitely stuff that was cut out of here that we didn't see. Also, I kind of forgot, it's a stereotype over in the UK, and I think England specifically, for the bad teeth or like the big teeth or things like that. I think she was actually doing that because she goes to the UK for all these readings, even though she's from New Zealand, but she goes to the UK for everything, right? So I have a feeling that may have been a stereotype guess on the teeth, and I'm just realizing that now.
the other thing I have to say, because I feel it, is Mum wouldn't have passed as early as she did if Wayne hadn't already been there. His passing sort of broke her heart. And
that's very common. This is a very common assumption, stereotype. It does happen a lot with parents, even like with like a husband and wife. Like this is pretty common. So
his passing sort of broke her heart.
Yeah, and like she's crying more too. Like you can see her having like more of an emotional reaction. So the medium's kind of picking up on that and then building upon that for her reading.
And so she then stayed here longer than she ordinarily would have.
Okay.
Had she known what she knows now, look at this, hairs on my arm, she'd have stayed here. He doesn't need her help. You know, it's the living that needs your help, not those in spirit world. In spirit world, it's really quite easy relative to what we have here. But she was really affected by his passing.
She was.
And she never got over it. And in a way, you have never got over it. And I'm not sure.
Okay, you've never gotten over it. Yeah, she's never gotten over it. That's why she's at a medium. Like, duh.
Sure at the moment whether it's Mum or Wayne encouraging you just to write about how you feel.
Okay.
You know, to process some of these emotions, because it was a huge thing. Back when he passed, you hadn't really got the vocabulary.
I was only 15.
Or the emotional awareness to process some of these feelings, and so they all get stuck inside. And it's like, you know, it's like this big rug being pulled under your feet. And if they can be taken like that, any of us could just, and you can actually have this fear that any of us could just not be here. And that is true. And for most of us, it doesn't happen.
She's just doing like word salad stuff that could apply to anyone and everyone, and just like there's nothing more that she's gleaning. Like this is just grief related things, death, fear of death.
Too. And I've been doing this now for like 20 years. It's only ever good souls. It's only ever good souls that get taken like that. Okay. Now, you have a healing gift, but it doesn't look like you've done anything about it. Have you been told it before?
No.
All right, you've got a healing gift, because as I'm looking at your hands, they're flashing green.
Oh my
and green's the colour of a healer. You also
And she sells training courses to do what she does. And how much you want to bet she gets people to sell that purple powder crap? I don't know. This seems really shady right here.
Yeah, cool. Right, now, Wayne is giving you a tick for something. Right, I don't know what this is to do with. Have you got a list of things that you're wanting to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know, I think he wasn't on the list, and I think he's just put himself on the list. One of the things I want to do is talk to Wayne.
True. He's been.
I mean, everyone's got a to-do list, especially if you've lost your brother and your mom. She's probably got like a, things to experience before I go thing. That happens with a lot of people that, deal with a lot of death. Like I've had a lot of death in my life too. So like it's a very common thing to have that bucket list. You kind of develop it after you deal with a lot of death and grief and everything.
Long time. Yeah.
Because he's laughing about it. He likes your list, but he says it's not big enough, it's not ambitious enough. He wants you to do things that he'd love doing as well, then he can do these things with you.
I am going to do what I love doing, yeah.
And these mediums, like, they'll do often, especially the ones that are just like mom and pop mediums, TikTok mediums, whatever. They sell like single off things. They're not trying to do like shows or become famous, right? So what they'll do is they'll be like, oh, your loved one's following you around. Your loved one wants you to do this because they want to do it with you. Things like that. What it does is it makes the person feel like they're living for the dead. So they never let it go. They never get over it. They never move on. They never go to the next stages of grief, of acceptance that they're gone and you should live your life. Essentially, you're telling them to live your life, she's saying, live your life for your deceased family, right? They're going to live through you vicariously, and they want you to do stuff that they would have done, not what you want to do, what they would have done. So then you never actually get over their death because you're constantly living your life for them. It's very unhealthy. This is like it's not good. And then the neighborhood psychics, Zoom psychics, whatever, they'll do this because they want to encourage you to then come see them like weekly, monthly, pay them a fee and have a reading so that you can keep talking to your loved one. Like, it's very shady. And that's why people are like, oh, they're making people feel better. Just leave it be. They really aren't. They're actually like delaying proper grieving and proper, healthy mental health, like it's just, they're messing with people's heads.
Now, then I've got him going like this. I can see him in my mind's eye going like this and like this. And it's to do with you and skiing. Have you never ever skied?
Oh, I only did once and I couldn't walk for a week. So,
so skiing shouldn't be on that list.
No.
Skiing should not be on that list because he's just going like this. Yeah, it's not a good idea. Yeah, not a good idea.
Like right there, that was a miss. And she's like, yeah, he's saying that you shouldn't ski because of what happened. But it's like, she wasn't thinking about skiing. Where the hell did skiing come from? You know what I mean? Like, that was a complete miss, but she tries to turn it around. It's like, well, then why bring up skiing?
Right, now he's settling back. So I'm sat here, but he's sitting me back in my chair to relax. He feels relaxed now. He's not been through a medium before, it feels like.
No, he probably hasn't.
No, and so now he's feeling a little bit more comfortable. Yeah. He's feeling a bit more comfortable. How do I feel? How do I feel with him in me? He wants you to understand that the life that you experience here is different to the life that they experience there. It's like shadows. What we think of as a vivid colour here is nothing compared.
So again, like she tried with the skiing, she tried with the tooth thing, like she's trying to do that like big, like, ooh, aha, gotcha, like moment. She's trying to pull that out and she's just not getting hits on this lady. So she's reverting back to discussing the afterlife and discussing the feelings around it and being okay with, things. And like she's just reverting back to the standard platitudes because she just wasn't getting the hits that she was hoping to get off this lady. Really, she should have just left it at the to-do list thing. Her trying to carry on it's not working out for her. Yeah.
To what they experience there, what we think as loving feelings, nothing compared to there. So he's always been loved. From the minute he left this world to going into spirit world, he's always felt loved. He's always felt supported. He's always felt cared for. He's never, ever been on his own.
It's good.
And part of you as a 15-year-old was worried. Who'd be with him? Who'd be with him over where he was, not knowing where he was? Yeah. Yep. He visits you regularly. You must have a cat. Or did you have a cat?
We did have a cat.
Did it go missing?
Yeah, I had one that went missing. Yeah. But there was one when we were a kid, it went missing too, so.
Yep, he's got a cat of yours in spirit world with him. That he's being very well fed. It's a cat that likes its food.
Yeah.
So if that makes sense with the one that went missing.
A lot of people have had cats. Sometimes they'll guess a dog or like it's a pet. That's a common. A lot of mediums you'll see will guess pet things. She was just reaching for something there, and they're like, "Oh, did one of them go missing?" Like this lady had to think for a while. She's like, "Oh, I think there was one." Like it didn't come to her right away. This was a whole reach right here. Yeah.
Right, and he's just saying to you at the moment is, sometimes you're worrying about what next, in terms of, where do I go next? What's my direction? He says your very best place is going in here, into your own heart.
Okay, so that was just a lot of platitudes in that one. She really didn't get like a ton of hits. The guess about cancer and like that's very common. I even said that she was going to guess cancer. Like you can just see the stuff coming. Okay, that's all we'll take a look for this lady. And honestly, this video is probably going to have a lot more stuff, a bigger section for this lady because I just found it a little fascinating. And I'll probably do like a whole, like her own video kind of deal. Okay, so let's take a look at what psychic we can do next. Some of these may end up getting copyrighted. Let's see who's left in the video at the end. And this one will probably be a bit long because I spent a lot of time on that lady, so I apologize. All right, so that is what I have for this video for the faith healer, Jeanette. I'm going to end this video here, but yeah. Send me more psychics if you want to look at more psychics. There are obviously some people on our list still that I am going to do a deep dive on. So I'm only one person. I only have so much time and energy and everything else. So I'm trying to get through everything. And keep an eye out for next week as well. That's going to be an interesting one. Oh, and also don't forget to like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this. Also, I forgot, I'd like to thank our members. I want to try to maybe move the member thank you thing to the beginning of videos where I won't be like, I might not be like, thank you to the members, but I'm thinking about just like showing you guys right at the beginning of the video, like kind of like beside me or something, like and going down a list or something. I was thinking about doing something like that, just so that you guys kind of show up at the beginning of the videos instead of the end. So maybe I'll do it on this video and then I'll leave this ramble in to explain why I did it. Okay, I'll talk to you guys. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the premiere for this one. All right, bye.